Good afternoon, everybody. Thank you for joining us today for the Dade County Weekly Update. Remember, you can type in your questions in the comment section during this live update. And if you don't want to ask your questions during the live broadcast, you can always email us at info@dadecounty-ga.gov. Thanks for coming to the right place for the right information. Today we have just a few people. So I'm Carey Anderson with Dade County. I do public information and relations for the county, and we'll also hear from County Executive Ted Rumley today. Remember, if you know somebody who would be interested from hearing about our broadcast today, go ahead and invite them to watch this with you or start a watch party so that you can hold your own discussion. Remember, you can also watch this later on Facebook or YouTube, and sharing the links to our videos is super easy. There are a few upcoming events that we want to tell you about before we get into the rest of our report. And remember, you can always check that out on our county calendar at dadecounty-ga.gov. So the Trenton Police Department is still doing their Silver Bells project for senior citizens here in Trenton. You can call 706-657-4167 with questions, and you may drop off your donations to City Hall between the hours of 8 and 4 until December the 11th. They are asking for basic hygiene items, crossword puzzles, books, socks, blankets, etc. As a reminder, the Dade County Sheriff's Department is accepting applications for Hope for the Holidays program. Today is the deadline for those applications. So if you need to get your application in today, call the Sheriff's Office at 706-657-3233. Also, if you'd like to make a donation to that program, go ahead and give them a call as well, or just drop your donation by the Sheriff's Office. December the 5th, which is a Saturday, is the day for the big events here in Dade County with Light Up Dade. That's a partnership between the Alliance for Dade, the Chamber of Commerce, and the Public Library, and that will be followed by the Christmas Parade sponsored by the Bank of Dade. We would also like to remind you that we will be closed tomorrow and Friday in observance of Thanksgiving. The transfer station, lots of people always have questions about this. Our transfer station is closed only on Thursdays. They are open on Friday. So the Waste and Recycle Center will be open Friday, but they will be closed tomorrow. We would like to wish you and yours a very happy and safe Thanksgiving. And from here on out, we will go with County Executive Ted Rumley.
Good afternoon. Kind of a gloomy day out there today, but it's supposed to be pretty tomorrow for Thanksgiving. Hope everyone has a really good and safe Thanksgiving. Got a few things to talk about here before we go into our COVID report. I want to remind people that our driver's license people will be here on Monday, December the 7th. The Lookout Lake Dam project, which we've talked about for weeks, months, I guess, but we have completed that, and the traffic, of course, is back open. And as far as any final report, all we'd like on that is just a as-built set of plans and from our engineers, and that'll be complete. County Road 6, they're working every day on it. We've got Georgia Power. They're in the process of moving those lines up there. Hopefully they can get that done next week. It's kind of keeping us from drilling some of our holes. We can't get too close to the line, so we'll give you an update on that, but it is going as planned, and we are a little bit ahead of a schedule of what we planned on as far as scheduling goes. The paving projects that we had, we've completed our that this morning, actually the last road, and we've still got several places in the county we're going to be going back in different spots and patching with hot mix as long as we can get it. The asphalt plant will be shut down through the holidays, and I don't think they'll open back up. I think for 2 weeks, 14 days, I think what Billy told me. The tax office, as many of you may have noticed, especially if you came up to get your tags or whatever, they've been closed. The office itself has been closed, but the window out front, they've been using the window that we put in back when COVID first came in to the county back in March or April. But they will open back up unless something crazy happens. They'll be back in full operation on Monday. We did that as a precaution because we did have one of our employees in there that actually had I'm not sure whether they tested positive yet, but their family had COVID and they were exposed. So we, as a precaution, Angie chose to do that. Let me see here and make sure I'm not forgetting anything. I want to mention too this morning, this is something that's kind of a positive thing. We have the community center, fire department, and our people, the local citizens donated there in Rising Fund. We do have some Christmas lights up that we put up in Rising Fund, something that we've never done before. We're going to do that every year now from here on in. So if you're out riding around over the weekend or tonight, go through Rising Fund and check our lights out. We've got, I think it was 14 poles down there that we've got Christmas lights on, similar to Trenton. They're different, come from a different group, but just maybe give you something to do, a little positive to get out and ride around and try to stay safe, I'll move into our, well, I guess did you mention the general election on the runoff? Any of that? Okay. Now the Dade County general election runoff, January the 5th, 2021. It says, you must be registered by December the 7th, 2020 to vote in the general election. So remember that. If you plan on voting in the general election runoff, you've got to be registered by December the 7th. And you can do that up front here with Luana. The runoff on January the 5th, 2021, advanced voting will be held during regular county business hours. The advanced voting for that starts December the 14th through the 17th, and you can come out. They'll be open 8 till 5. December the 18th, they'll be open 8 till 2, and December the 21st through the 23rd, 8 till 5. And of course, they'll be closed. The what now?
8 to 2 on Fridays.
Yeah, that's on the 18th. That's on Friday. And if all this is online. If you watch this and you don't understand, or you can go online at any time and look at this. Carey's got all this posted. The December 28th to the 31st, 8 till 5, and then we close January 1st, 2021. And on January the 4th of 2021, there'll be no voting. And then, of course, on the 5th, that's election day, and all the polls will be open. All precincts will be open then. And they'll open at 7, close at 7. So that'll give you a full day to vote. Okay. Move into my COVID report here, and I'll start with our drive-through here. We did mention this morning, but we got a notification yesterday evening that they were going to be closing our drive-through in Dade County. And if people in Dade County, if you went through the drive-through, you'd have to go to either Walker County or Catoosa County. And we've made many calls, Alex and myself both, and we've made several calls today from the governor right on to Mullis and Senator Mullis and all, and the director of our Northwest Georgia Health. So that's being handled right now. We won't know anything positive or won't know anything about that as far as an answer until probably after the holidays or Monday. But we'll assure you that we are trying to keep that one day here for a drive-through. Now, what they're going to, which is a good thing, they are going to the rapid test in our local health department here, and that will not be actually a drive-through, but you will actually call and have to make an appointment. It'll be free of charge. You've got to have symptoms before they will give you this rapid test. You will pull out into the parking area. They'll tell you exactly, give you instructions. You'll pull out and park, and they will come out to the car. So it's about a 15. I think she said about a 15, 20-minute test. So it's not like a quick drive-through thing. But what we're trying to keep here in the county is actually one day a week where you can drive through and actually be swabbed and not have to worry about waiting or anything. You can just drive through and go on, and you'll get your results there in 24 to 48 hours. And we'll keep you up on that. But this will start Monday. The actual quick test, call it what you want. You just need to be sure. Don't just walk in. You've got to call the health department and talk to them. They will actually ask you a few questions, and they'll find. And you've got to have the symptoms though before you can have. You can't just come in and just say, okay, I just want to take it. So just remember that, and it is free. If you got that number, I know the old number for the health department is 657-6181. 6181. Okay. And Carey's got all this posted. Like I said, you can go in there and look at any time you want to. It's 4213. Yeah, you shouldn't have put it in red. It's too obvious, so I looked over. But the phone number that they do want you to call is 657-4213. That's area code 706. And that's to make your appointment if you want to do a rapid test. Okay, let's move into our numbers here. Dade County, we're at 481 people right now. We were at 448. We've had 61 positive tests in the last 14 days. That's in 2 weeks. So that's quite a jump. We've had 7 deaths, and right now we've had 26 hospitalizations in the county. People that are in the hospital. Excuse me. Walker County, they've had 334 in the last 2 weeks test positive, and they're at 2,459 in Walker County. Catoosa County, they've had 295 in the last 2 weeks, last 14 days test positive. Their numbers are up to 1,939. Chattooga County, they had 61 in the last 2 weeks, and they're up to 1,102 in Chattooga. Whitfield County, they're at 7,343 cases since it all started. Now in the last 2 weeks, 14 days, they've had 1,147 people test positive. That's a lot of people. Of course, it's a big county, though. Gordon County, they're at 2,987. They've had 323 in the last 14 days. Floyd County, they're at 4,881. They've had 434 people test positive in the last 2 weeks. There's still 1,039 unknown counties or unknown addresses that's not been matched to counties out there, and that does fluctuate, from week to week. So far in Georgia, we've had 8,648 deaths, and that's up from 8,536 a week ago. Tennessee, moved into Tennessee in Hamilton County. They've went from 15,066 to 15,944. As we speak right now, they've got 1,539 active cases in Hamilton County. But out of that 15,944, they've had 14,266 that have recovered and are back at work and back in regular everyday life. They've had 139 deceased in Hamilton County. Marion County, they went from 1,001 to 1,185, and right now they have 71 active cases in Marion County, and they've had 952 recoveries with 17 deaths. Grundy County, they're at 742. They have 46 active cases, and they've had 682 recoveries out of 742, and they've had 14 deaths. Sequatchie County, they're at 501. They have 45 active cases as we speak today. They've had 451 recoveries with 5 deaths. Meigs County, they're at 461. They have 52 active cases. They've had 397 recoveries, and out of that 461 with 12 deaths. Bradley County, they're at 4,845. They have 541 active cases today as we speak, but they've had 4,271 recoveries out of that 4,845. They've had 33 deaths from COVID. Alabama, let's move down to Jackson County. Jackson County, last week at this time they had 2,800 people that had tested positive since the beginning. They're up to 3,076. They've had 24 deaths in Jackson County, and Jackson County just in the last 14 days they've reported 559 cases positive in 14 days in Jackson County. DeKalb County, they're up to 4,747. Last week they were at 4,435. They've had 36 deaths since the beginning. They have 735 cases. They've had 735 cases in the last 14 days positive. As you see, the numbers are not going down. This holiday season and with Thanksgiving, we just keep preaching this, but you've got to use common sense with this, with people that they're having gatherings. There's a lot of people here visiting from all over, different states, to visiting their mothers, grandmothers, aunts, uncles, and just try to be safe. Try to wear a mask, and if you go in, especially if you go in a store or go in a grocery store and any of your gatherings, especially people you've not been around, that you're not sure of, and it's going to be hard to keep your 6 foot distancing, but do the best you can do. Use common sense. I hope everyone has a safe Thanksgiving. And my number, it's easy to find, 667-8999, area code 423. You got any questions?
We do have one question. Someone says, ask the question, do you know what's going into the old Fred's building?
Right now, we can't say for sure, but from what the permitting, the process, and the way the process is going right now, and the people that have contacted us for information as far as the people that have bought it, about electrical and all, it looks like it's probably going to be a market, a Dollar General market, but that's not set in stone right now. The reason I'm saying that, the company that actually bought it, we found out that is one of their biggest people they represent. They represent several companies, but that's one of them. And there's been talk of that for several years here in Dade County to actually make a large market or build a new facility for the Dollar General market. And I've not been into one of those markets, but people that have, I think Diane's been into a couple of them, and they're pretty massive. They've got a lot of stuff, and hopefully if they do that, I think possibly that they will put hopefully we'll put another pharmacy in here. I mean, not with any problem, but I mean it would be just there's nothing like competition, and I'm not sure whether they do that or not in the Dollar General markets. But anyway, but right now that's what I know, and as soon as we can confirm it from the company itself, we'll let you know. But that's right now. That's kind of pointing toward that, which is good. I know we're getting Dollar Generals everywhere, but this is a little different, and it's sure better than having a dead building right there, right there. So anyway, we'll keep you up to date on it. And as I said, if any of you got any questions, just give me a call, or any of the commissioners. We'll be glad to answer your questions. And Carey, you got anything else? Okay, 667-8999, and just have a happy Thanksgiving and a safe Thanksgiving, and just be careful. Thank you.